All right, everybody. Hello, hello. I didn't ask for that, Cam. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Cam. What's up, guys? Tuesday. It's totally titillating, tantric, tie-dye, titty, taco, all the T's Tuesday. It's March 3rd now, 2026. And this is the Indoor Farmer Reviews. If you're catching this, you might be catching the replay. If you check out the replay, tell me what you think in the comments below. I need comments, but I also want to hear from you. Same thing. So we're going to play a little intro, guys. We got a lot to show you today. We got a bunch of stuff going on. We'll be right back, and I'll explain. But we got about a 5-minute intro, so I can hit some like buttons and all the things. If you could help me out with that, I do really appreciate it. We'll be right back. Let's review.
Inside most days, grow light, some and low, tinted rows of green beneath that artificial glow. But once a week he breaks out, camera in his hand, hits the streets and back roads of this forgotten land. Small shops pop up, markets, voices loud and proud. He's chasing stories no algorithm ever found. He's trading solitude for the roar of the crowd. Gonna bring it all back home somehow. The Indoor Farmer Reviews, rolling out to see what's new. From the booth to the screen, he's bringing it to you. The Indoor Farmer Reviews, faces you might never meet, places you might never reach, right from your seat. Yeah, the Indoor Farmer Reviews. Local brewers, candle makers, farmers selling jars, artists with their tables underneath the open stars. Wayland walks the aisles, asks the questions we'd ask too. Snaps the shots, records the laughs, keeps the moment true. For the ones who can't get out of wheels or walls of pain, he opens up the window, lets the world roll in again. He's living for the ones who stay behind, showing them the world is still kind. The Indoor Farmer Reviews, rolling out to see what's new. From the booth to the screen, he's bringing it to you. The Indoor Farmer Reviews, faces you might never meet, places you might never reach, right from your seat. Yeah, the Indoor Farmer Reviews. He started just to get some air, escape the grow room walls. Now every mile he drives becomes a bridge for all. One man, one lens, one live stream glow, turning strangers into friends we'll never Thursday night, the chat lights up, the community tunes in. Waylon's back behind the lights, wearing that tired grin. Replays every highlight, tells the tales he found, while the world spins outside with Small dreams getting bigger with every view. That's what the indoor farmer came to do. The indoor farmer reviews, rolling out to see what's new. From the booth to the screen, he's bringing it to you. The indoor farmer reviews, voices rising through the feed, giving everyone a chance to feel the streets. Yeah, the indoor farmer reviews. The indoor farmer reviews. We're all right here with you.
Oh, I don't know how that happened. And we're back. I probably hit the control button. I'm still sharing a couple more groups. Let's see. We got a lot going on today, you guys. We've got we're going to play another little interview that I did on Rumble Premium last week. So I've been doing more premium content because I have to do 5 hours a week or a month. I'm sorry, and I wanted it to be something actually, worthwhile. So what I'm doing is I'm bringing on more guests, and I'm going to do the guest interviews on Rumble Premium to start with, and then I'll replay them a week later. And I'm going to stay here. I'll be here, of course, in the background. And I'm going to be working on some bubble hash. I'm going to get that started here at the beginning. And we'll probably get some numbers going on. We'll do a few more things. I'm hoping to get closer to the halfway point of today's episode before I start playing the interview. Excuse me. There's a lot of groups that I haven't seen in a long time. I'm just sharing them all over the place here. Why not? I mean, this is it's not only a interview portion today. We also have, like I said, some cannabis involved. We're gonna do a little bubble hash, and that way I don't have to be noisy. We're gonna mute up, and I'll when I turn on the machine, and we'll just do that over here. A couple things. I have some other stuff we're going to check out here, and I'm going to talk about. I would like to give away this. I have a $55 gift card to SunMed. I don't know if you guys know, but I normally give a $40 gift card away every Sunday from SunMed, but I have a $55 one. So I'm thinking of how I should do that. Maybe give it away in the next quarterly giveaway to the the game night winner wheel, wacky game night. Okay, I can't. I'm not going to do that. I've also got a little bit of the SunMed Rise, which I've had for a little while, but I have not opened. And I'm gonna taste it. I'm gonna try it out. It says start with a 75 milligrams. I'm gonna do that. I gotta share in the screen so we can get the door prize going. If you're watching for the first time, I do put everybody who is hanging out on the door prize, and if you're here at the end of the show, you get a chance to win. You do have to be here to win the door prize anyway, because the door prize is all about being here. So why would I can't do anything but make you be here for that one, right? Okay, let's see. Zoom it in. Come on. Okay, now Cam, you don't want to do it when I want you to. I see. You'll do it from some crazy hand gesture doing something else. Anyway, guys, this is episode 169 today. Giggity giggity goo, and 169 of the Indoor Farmer Reviews. We've got a bunch of different things, and I've actually got this. I got this in the mail that I want to talk to you guys about. It says, have you recognized Jesus Christ? Oh, no, I'm just kidding. It says, recycling guide, reduce, reuse, recycle, donate, compose. Now, I just thought I would look at it because I didn't order this. I'm like, wonder why these are going out. Like what's happening there? What's the incentive or the push? What's going on? So we're going to read a little bit about it after I share this in here. Smash the reactions, hit some comments, guys. We'll be right with you guys on the comments in a second. I just have to get going here. Oh, oh, dang it. Come on, mouse. Went to Drizzle Dab earlier today. I don't know if anyone saw the live stream. I know some of you did. That I went live, hanging out at Drizzle Dab in East Peoria. All right, I like this. I like this view better. All right, let's see. Green Initiatives Program. It's a Green Initiatives Program. It's a whole pamphlet here. Recycling resources. I mean, it gives you a whole bunch of information. I'm going to check it out a little bit more extensively after I get some names on the wheel. I don't want y'all to go anywhere. Come on and hang out with me. I'll be in the chat during the interview portion earlier, and actually, I think I'm going to stay on screen too in the little box, so you can see me working on the hash. We'll start with the Rumble. I got Diane in the house. Hey, Diane. We got Big Mike in the house. What's up, Mikey? And then we got Margaret. Okay. Oh, can't do that. Margaret. Let's see who's on the Facebook. Margaret with the 100 stars? Margaret, thank you very much. I'll give you a little... We'll start this off with a little ditty. A little bit of MJ's Baked Goods ditty. Excuse me. The last part's like a Western style, you know? Thank you for the 100 stars, Margaret. Okay, we got Margaret on the Facebook, of course. Go join MJ's Baked Goods. We've got Scott in the house. What's up, Scott? And we got Macy. What's up? Cheers. Macy, I blew everybody away on your engagement, like your whatever it's called, weekly engagement like list or whatever, the top engagers. I saw a few of them today. I was like, oh, hey, I'm on some people's lists. Cullen, what's up, man? Let's see, who else we got? Brenda, I'm coming back on phone. Okay. I see. And I think that's it. Teamwork makes the dream work. That's right. I wish I had a team. You guys got to come over and mute. I got room in the house. Anybody want to move in? Help me out. Kyle, what's up? Kim, hello. Kim was the first one to comment and come in on the live stream earlier. Kyler, I said I typed Kyler again. Kyle, you're gonna have to change your name, I think. Kyler. All right, cool. We got the wheel set up for now. If you want to get extra spots, head over to the 3 locations that I count. We are live on locals. Just wanted to, get more notifications out there. But if you're watching on locals, come on over to Rumble. I guess we'll leave that on the screen for now. Let me check this out. Let me try some of this tincture first. It's called SunMed Rise. Okay. Shouts out to Matt for the goodie bag. It wasn't just for me. It was actually because I went to this event where he was giving away door prizes for every person that came, and you get a bag of $200 worth of products inside the bag just for going to his event. So it was a big deal. I mean, I got, like I said, the $55 gift card here, and I've also got the these 2 little sample packs of pain cream. Okay, it says long-lasting tincture, average adult 40 to 80 milligrams daily for best results. It says start at 0.75 milliliters in the morning. 0.75. I guess that's fine there. It's a little bit lower than... Yeah, it's right below it. There we go. So it says, place under tongue, hold for 90 seconds, and then swallow. What's the flavor? Is there a flavor? Is there any flavor? Lime and orange. Ooh. just a little more in there, you know, just a little more. It's not bad. I can't talk like this that long though. 90 seconds? I think I could do that. Appliances? Automotive batteries? Automotive waste? Two minutes. 2 minutes. Has it been 90 seconds yet? Somebody count it out. Oh man, this sucks. I can't do nothing right now. I gotta wait. Okay, that's enough. That's enough. It's been like maybe half of the time. Has it been 60 seconds yet? 45 seconds maybe? I'm waiting it out. A few more seconds. 3 more seconds. Okay. That's better. Hey, Rose. Hello. Good afternoon. If you happen to be in my group chat on Facebook Messenger, I put in a post today to see if anybody's interested in a little breakfast dish, if you know what I mean, a little waffle here or there. And what I'm thinking about doing, I was at Drizzle Dab, and I was showing you guys everything that they had to offer. Some great stuff. Ooh, my tongue is kind of numb now. Well, just kidding. It's a little like the tip of my tongue is kind of numb. It's weird. What I was saying is the shop has a whole bunch of stuff. So I thought, what if we did this? What if we did a you choose? You get to choose. So if you win the amount, and we're not gonna talk about that, I guess, more in posts and more privately. I was thinking, well, I guess we'll just say it. I was thinking about like 75 spots at $2 a spot. That's what I was thinking. And then maybe, we could go over the 75, if people want more, something like that. But that would give you like, a good chunk of change to throw around at Drizzle Dab at the shop. So think about it. And I've done this in the past, but I may give everybody who's a subscriber on Locals one spot, like a free spot that wants it. But it'll have to be like, you'll have to comment on a post or something so I know you want a spot. But I think that's what I'm going to do, something like that. Then you can buy other spots. What do you think, Mikey? Did you see the live stream earlier? There was a lot of goodies over in Drizzle Dab, and I was kind of showing off some of it as much as I could. But he's right by me, and it'd be really easy and convenient for us to do like a shopping spree kind of waffle. You get to go through and say, I want that, I want that, I want that, and I'll just be like live on the screen or something like that. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, let me read a little bit more of this before we get to that interview. The Green Initiative program is funded through Tazewell County, my county, landfill fees. Like, you think we should be able to do better with our garbage? Recycling is only one little aspect of that. This initiative is sponsored and supported by the county board and the county board of health through the county's solid waste plan. 5 areas of focus have been implemented in the program that may provide incentive dollars to jumpstart community organizations and businesses to begin or expand recycling and composting. Oh, I didn't see that part. That sounds kind of like a maybe. Hey. For more information, call or visit. Okay, I got some Green Initiative program. So they have phone numbers in here for a lot of these things. Like I was saying earlier, appliances. So air filters and things like that can be recycled. Tint recycling, or I'm sorry, TNT recycling. I don't know what that means. Working condition, donate to Goodwill or Hope Chest. Right. There's better places to donate your stuff to. Automotive batteries, accepted at retailers, right? So this is kind of lists out everything, like so many things that we have that a lot of people just throw away that you can go and get recycled. So let's see, construction debris, interesting. Concrete, brick, asphalt. Goes to Tazewell County Asphalt. Interesting. There's places for almost everything. Electronic waste. I got a lot of electronic waste. Best Buy, Staples, TNT Recycling, Ecoat, Kroger's, and Walmart. Huh. Interesting. I didn't know they all took that stuff. Eyeglasses, optical stories, or I'm sorry, optical stores, Goodwill, local Lion clubs, and Hope Chest. Fire extinguishers. You can recycle your fire extinguisher. Gets fire extinguishers. Yeah, well, you know, they should make better fire extinguishers. General recycling, GFL. There's a general place. I've been there actually. Glass, Midwest fiber, hangers. Hangers. You can go and recycle your hangers. Ink, toner cartridges. Oh, I didn't know that. Light bulbs, fluorescents. Oh, I have some of those actually. Retailers take them back. Well, I don't know where I bought them. I've had them for a while. Batteries plus bulbs, or batteries plus bulbs is a place. License plates is a Pekin DMV. Okay, plastic grocery bags. The retailers take back plastic grocery bags. I don't know about that, you guys. Do you take your Kroger bags back to Kroger, or Walmart bags back to Walmart? That's weird. Propane tank. You get your return to distributor. So I have a bunch of these tanks that I saved up over the years because I kept getting the propane for the dabs, and I didn't know that you can refill this tank. Did you guys know this? Let's see here. Did you guys know you can refill these propane tanks, these green ones? I have a bunch of these that are just empty sitting around that I thought, well, if nothing else, it might be fun to go like have target practice with them. And just shoot at them from far away, right? To see them pop. But I didn't know that you could get them refilled or recycled even. Scrap metal, of course we knew that. Tire recycling, treated lumber recycling, and Staples takes batteries. Interesting. Regular like small batteries. Residential sharps, disposable locations. Residential sharps, like needles. There's a lot of places for that. Interesting. Huh. Well, I'd like to find out about this initiative to start local community organizations and businesses to expand recycling and composting, because I don't know, maybe I could get some of my local friends. I mean, Facebook tells me that my biggest audience is nearby me. They're just I guess also my biggest haters. I don't know. But they're also my least likely to comment or engage. So I don't know what's going on with that. But maybe if you're listening to this and you want to get into an initiative, maybe we can figure something out. And we can just go after one type of item, one type of thing. And just recycle that or something. I don't know. Where are the dollars at? Show me the dollars, County. Show me the dollars. All right, Rose, I see you on the Rumble. Elisa, what's up? Disposable vape should be on that list. That's right. That's huge, Colin. That should be its own thing. That should be its own thing. I got some tires that need recycling. Yeah, I mean, you feel like, man, if somebody's gonna make money off of my old garbage, how come I don't get a cut? Like you're gonna buy my old battery from me or whatever? Lowe's takes batteries to recycle too, like any batteries or car batteries. I feel like I can't take my old. I mean, I guess you can. I guess that's what they're saying. I could take my old AA batteries that are dead and go in and recycle them. That's a good idea. And I think a lot of people don't do it because it's the convenience thing. Like the garbage can's right there. What? You mean I gotta go and find another box and just start piling up old batteries in the box? Okay. So there's a lot of little things that we should be doing, but there's just no incentive other than I mean, there is incentive. It's just not incentive that's like right in front of your face. Like the incentive is, hey, let's have a better world, right? Let's do something that maybe helps to clean things up, or maybe makes a better impact. And that's a problem because we can't see that far into the future to feel that impact or to feel that connection with what it would actually do for us. Um, Guys, let me go check the number wheel real quick. We're getting close to a half hour. I'm probably going to start playing the one-on-one episode two of the Indoor Farmer one-on-one with our new friend Jason Capirchio. Jason Capirchio. Let's go look at locals. See if anybody's jumped in yet. Only had 10 people so far. Only 10 people. Only 10 of you want a number. Hey, Mikey, I know you've been busy, brother, but you did just join. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to see Mikey get a number and get in on this. Let's see. Do I see Diane? I don't see Diane either. Oh no, Diane won already. That's right. I'll tag Diane though. She's not here right now, is she? Oh, she is here. She was here. I think I'll put her on the wheel. Yes. Well, then I guess I don't need to do that. Lisa says I got like 5 TVs to take down to the recycling center too that are broken. They don't allow you to put those in the street. Yeah, yeah. And that makes sense. I mean, that's kind of a bigger item, but you don't think about that with like little batteries and stuff like that. Let's see if we could get myself out of the side of the TV there. Okay. But yeah, Mikey, if you want to, you can. Otherwise, it's not a big deal. I know you're not too worried about it. There he is. Let's grow. Number 11. Lucky number 11. I'm going to start saying that with every number. Hey, you got lucky number 3. Lucky number 7. Well, 7, I guess, is a lucky number. I mean, I don't know. Do you guys believe in lucky numbers? I'm not a big fan. Like the number 13 seems to freak a lot of people out. Number 13. Anyway, this interview is going to be fun. Jason is he has like a regular job, but he also is a screenwriter. So I mean, I love the creativity and like the story coming up with stories and writing. It's going to be interesting. And speaking of stories and writing, I have a guest that I'm going to be talking to tonight. Another Indoor Farmer one-on-one, episode 3 on Rumble Premium. You have to be a premium member to watch it live. But then I'll play it again next Tuesday, like we're about to do today. The fun thing though is that he is an author as well, and he wrote a book. He sent me the book, and I've been reading a little bit of it, and I'm going to try to read some more before I talk to him tonight. But that's going to be interesting. He's from around here. He's from nearby, so he's going to have a lot of stories that are of places that I know. So that's going to be good. All right, shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Let's do a spin. My landlord won't recycle. He said no one puts the recycling in the container. People are dumb and lazy. I will pay most of them. And will pay most of them. The junkyard takes old car batteries. Oh, nice. Yeah, that usually you get some money out of an old car battery. There's some things that you know of value that people usually will hold on to that they can recycle. But I don't think I'm going to get any money out of some old double A's, which still should be recycled, right? All right, let's do the spin. I was aware at 2 minutes till, so you guys are witnesses. I was aware 2 minutes till. Tell you what though, maybe we should put this banner up because I'd like to get up to 30 in here. Would be nice. Total across all platforms, 30 likes gets you a door prize. How about that? Number 2 today. Who does number 2? We got number 1 and number 2. That's funny. Consecutively. That is that's just mind-boggling. That's insanely mind-boggling. Alice. In fact, I don't think I saw Alice today here yet. Hey, FYCN Gardens. Hello, Alice. Let's tag Miss Alice. Ding. I broke. Cullen says a broken compact fluorescent bulb is a biohazard and shouldn't be in the trash. Also, yeah, I have some old fluorescent bulbs that they're just in the box, in this little square box, and they're all shoved down in there, and I didn't know what to do with them until now. So I can get rid of them. I didn't want to throw them away, but I was probably just going to throw them away, and no bueno. Congrats, Alice. Hell yeah. Let's see what Alice is up to today. Bring her in, bring her in. All right, let's have a little talk here with y'all, and I'm gonna get this started before I bring up the interview, but I'm not gonna play all the noisy wash machine part of it while we're hanging out. Cheers. Jason has joined the People in the Boxes crew, and he's supposed to be coming on this week for this episode is going to be about writing. We've all had to write things, so it should be a very relatable episode. On Thursday. Let me know now if you want to get in the action, because I think the spots are going to fill up fast on Thursday. I'm going to try to get King Neb on. He just wrote a book. He should have some good stories. Cheers it. Yeah, that tincture was pretty good. Gotta say, it didn't taste bad at all. It didn't have any sort of a weird flavor. It had the flavor, but the flavor was pretty good. Citrusy, a limey, citrusy flavor. Shouts out to Matt Anderson. Thanks, brother. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do this. I'm going to put a little bit of the bubble hash that I've been making. And put that right on top. Let me see some dancing bananas or some hashtag WTIFs or I don't know, flip me off, whatever you want to do. Let's see it. Let's wake it up. Let's go. It's Tuesday. It's titty, taco, tantalizing, tubular, tactile, something with a T, Tuesday. I don't like that. Little hair. Okay. Boom. Boom, boom. Yeah, if you didn't see last week's People in the Boxes, he was on the show. The guy the interview will be about. This is called Husky Hash. This is Husky Hash right here, man. This is the best kind. What do you call it, Husky Hash? Well, it's the strain of hash. It's the hash strain, and it only comes from my house. All right. Let's find the interview. Let's rumble. Would be back this way. Hey, I'm getting a lot of traction on this Fat Guy Plays VR video. So if you haven't watched it on my Facebook page, check it out. But if you haven't watched it on Rumble, got some what they call shorts on Rumble. So you can check out my shorts, and you can check out my shorts. Look at my shorts. You can look up my shorts too. If you type in, would anybody like to look up my shorts? All you have to do is type in Waylon the Indoor Farmer. We'll play on words. I like it. If you guys haven't seen this one, Sheena's colors lead the way. Game night. Twist it, dip it, watch it glow, dripping rainbow. Wait, hold on. The chat keeps moving. Dripping rainbow, steal the show. Tie-dye queen with steady hands, turning cotton into dreamland. Yeah, Margaret, we need to make that a full song. Like we need to re-record that. Maybe get some like auto tune involved. You know. She is tie-dye, dripping rainbow. You know, like get your voice doing that thing with the electronics. All right, let's go back here. I'm trying to find this interview, the one-on-one with Jason Capirchio. I'll play it full screen in just a moment here. Cheers, everybody. Trippy Tie-Dye Tuesday. Yeah, I forgot Trippy, didn't I? That's my next project, cleaning out the garage. Oh, don't even get started on the garage. I got a ton of cardboard. I got a bunch of clothing in the garage. Anybody knows somebody that's got small children? I got, I don't know, 5-6 boxes full of clothes and some toys. There's shoes in there, some coats maybe. I don't know. It's all the stuff that my son either doesn't use or can't use anymore. A lot of it was taken, but I still got a bunch left. Absolutely, Margaret said. About what? You guys got to remember, there's like a 45-minute delay now. Alpha Omega, what's up? Oh, by the way, I forgot to add, somebody came in here from a farm or something. I don't know if you're still chilling out, but let me, I doubt it. This is 4 people. Where's everybody at today? I'm going to add you on the wheel anyway. It's called FYCN. Okay. And then we got Alpha Omega. I don't know who that is, but you're probably already on there. Just got home, you're listening. Okay. Hell yeah. Bars, right? Oh, the song. That's what you're talking about. I remember now. Thanks, Colin. But yeah, between Margaret and I, she could be the songwriter. I'll be the singer. I like to sing, but I don't know the words all the time. And then usually when I don't know the words, that's when it sounds bad. Does that seem surprising to anyone else? Cheers it. Cheers it. Homemade bubble hash. Grow your own. I didn't have to go to the pharmacy for this. I didn't have to go anywhere for this. Although the flour inside here came from Drizzle Dab, so I did go somewhere for that, but not the bubble hash part. Cheers. Yay. All right. Enough of that. Let's take the TV off the screen. Cheers to homegrown. Is that who that is? Oh, my homegrown. Okay. I thought you were talking about homegrown genetics. I don't ever see them in here. I think I met them one time. There's a lot of different like communities that I don't really interact with that much, but they have their thing. If you guys didn't see yesterday, I was on in the morning with Cove TV. Cove TV, Mr. Beans, and Cornbread. Thanks for the good show. Oh man, I'm sitting here with ice, probably melting. Get this on. They're in. Get it in there. Let's pour the water in. Water first, then bud, then ice. I may or may not have gotten too much water. Looks like maybe a little more than I need. Because this is the last of it, you guys. This is the last of the last season's voluntary plants that were no name, tall bean poles still disappointed in that one plant. There was one plant that was bigger than all the rest, probably combined, and it just died on me one day. It was such a sad story. But then there was probably 10 other plants, and added up, got quite a bit of voluntary, just almost worthless unless you make it into bubble hash kind of stuff. Something I wouldn't smoke, but I'll turn it into bubble hash. I don't know if that's hypocritical or what, because you can still get something out of it if you process it. Boom. Let's tie it up. We got a mess over here. A penny from game night. Heads or tails? Tails. Guess I don't need to hold this. We can put it in. Oh yeah, sink it down in there. Let's toss the ice in. I'm gonna start the interview in a moment. The first playwright, or the first screenwriter I've ever talked to, at least on the show. All right, let's go up a little higher with the tubey thing. Yes, and boom. I think we're good to go. Plug her in. For some reason, I thought it was going to start as soon as I plugged it in. I'm not going to turn it yet. We're going to start the interview, and then I'm going to mute. But I'll be hanging out in the back here. We're going to do this. Boom. That way you guys know exactly what's happening on the bottom. I think this works. My window, my screen is black. My phone, I can hear you though. What? Screen is black. That sucks. The eclipse is this morning, except the moon wasn't red. Somebody sent me a picture of a red moon. I guess we didn't all see it as red. It's interesting. Gotta go flower shop. All right, Mikey. Get the casket right. Spread orders. Ordered, yeah. Get that, man. Much love. All right, let's play this interview, guys. Chill out. If you have questions or anything, I'll be in the comments to answer those kind of things. And if you want to talk to Jason, he'll be back on Thursday. So here we go. All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the second ever installment, if you will, episode, I guess. But we are live for the Indoor Farmer One-on-One, episode 2. If you catch this, you are watching me on Rumble. And what we're going to do is we're going to move this to the Rumble Premium, like I did last week. And then we will play this again during the Indoor Farmer reviews on Tuesday of next week. So next week's Tuesday, we'll have a little bit of other reviews, other things going on, and then we're going to play the tonight's interview. So enjoy that on next Tuesday. But right now, we're going to shut it off to premium only. So go get a subscription, get some Rumble Premium, and leave us a comment. Let's go. And I clicked the button. It didn't do anything. Please note this action cannot be undone. Okay. Interesting. It's It's not updating. Okay, well here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to introduce the guest so you can have a few minutes of that, and I think I'm going to have to refresh my screen in order to get this to work for some reason. Give me just a moment here. Everything else is working. By clicking update. I think I have to wait so long, maybe 30 seconds. Now we're way past that. This is, Okay, I'll just check it on my phone here after we pull up our guest. Because today we have, oh, okay. Huh. 1 second here. This is always an issue. Okay, that seems to be an issue with Rumble. We have our friend Jason with us. Jason, I'm going to get you to, I don't want to butcher this. If you want to unmute and tell me.
Capirchio.
I was probably gonna say it like you may have heard it a million times. Carapaccio or
Yeah. Oh, I mean, back in the day, my coaches would call me Cappuccino.
Cappuccino, of course. Well, that's a coach for you. Okay. Well, Jason, say it again.
Capirchio.
Capirchio.
Perfect.
Capirchio. Nice. Okay, Jason Capirchio. I should have asked you that ahead of time, but I just realized I was like, oh, I have to say the name. Okay, so we, for some reason, you might be the only one on the screen for just a second here because I'm going to have to refresh my screen. There's some kind of issue with the stream. Okay. Take it away, Jason. It's your show now. I'm just kidding. Okay, so again, it doesn't seem to be doing anything. We're supposed to be on Rumble Premium over here. Does it say Premium on the stream? No. What is going on? This is throwing a wrench in my mix here, Jason. I'm sorry about that.
No worries. I mean, if we got to do it over, we can. Yeah, whatever you need, man.
It's just I'm clicking the button and nothing's happening. So very weird. Huh. Okay. Well,
I like your setup. It's a very nice setup in the background.
There's a lot happening back there. I know. Honestly, sometimes I think about just making it like just a solid because a lot of podcasts are just kind of minimalist, kind of, because the focus is supposed to be on me, right?
No, I like your background though. Your whole background's a nice setup.
I appreciate that. I'm just saying that sometimes I think about changing it to a solid background.
Oh no, I got you. I think it adds character though. It kind of shows a little bit about you, you know.
Well, speaking of a little bit about me, I'd like to find out a little bit about you, but for some reason, this is kind of, I'm not sure if we should continue or not. Give me just a minute here.
Yeah.
So stressful. It doesn't say that it's in premium, but it should be. I fixed it eventually. I guess I should have figured out when I fixed it. Like, at what point did I figure this out? Okay, well, I guess we're just going to do this, and if anybody catches it today, I guess they won't need to see it on Tuesday. How about that?
Right.
Anyway, well, okay, let's get it going. I hate that. I'm one of those people that's like, if I'm talking to you and I get to a point where there's a word I can't think of in the conversation, right. I have to stop. Like, what was that? What is that? And it's not like conducive to conversation, but it's just one of those things. I get caught on this technical difficulty and things that I've never had happen to me before like this. It's just ridiculous. All right, Jason. Okay? A couple things. So you found me through Facebook, right?
Correct. Yes.
And you found that I was like looking for some guests, and I'm always looking to talk to anybody really, and I just wanted to kind of reach out, and so I started making a post every now and then about it. And so you told me that you are a screenwriter, and I guess you would say author as well, unless I guess I don't know. You say you did, so they took some of your screenplays and they turned them into books, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So I guess that may not be you that did that, but still, hey, those are your books, right? Are they not your books? Or
No,
I don't
no,
know.
they 100%. I would get the royalties to it and everything. Yeah, and I have it copyrighted. I mean, I won some contests where they published it for free, but yeah, it's
Nice.
definitely me that had the, push the button on it for sure. But
Who are
I
you? You go ahead. I'm going to give you the floor fully. Just tell me who you are.
so yeah, my name is Jason Capirchio, and I from originally born and raised in Connecticut. Um,
Hmm,
and I ended up we ended up moving from my job where I work full time to Baltimore, Maryland, right outside of Baltimore for a few years, and ended up not being the safest school system for the kids. And then we ended up moving one more time where the company's located in Ohio. And yeah, we love Ohio over here. Great state to live in and, raise a family, I believe. And we do a lot of hiking. They got the metro parks out here. So we love it out here. We also do, growing in the back. We're on a little bit over an acre. So we grow some food in the back and whatnot to
nice.
try to rely on that rather than, getting stuff from the store with all the pesticides and all that crap. We
That's a
try to,
big jump. You went
yeah,
from the East Coast to the flyovers to us flyover states in the middle here.
right, right.
Had you visited before that? Had you ever had an experience of the Midwest before you moved?
No, so well, we've traveled throughout the whole country. Never been to Ohio though.
Oh,
That's
I
like
see.
one of the states we've never been in. And the time we came here, it was to visit. For the first time we were in this state, it was to look for a house. So we drove over from Maryland and came over here just to look for a house because we knew ultimately on research where we kind of wanted to be. It
Sure.
was and yeah, we love the state. It's a great state, huge state, lot to see. You got Amish country an hour away from us. That's pretty nice to see.
It's wild, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite a style of living. I admire it. It's hard work, but you're unplugged from everything, and I feel like, in a sense, it's got to be kind of peaceful to some degree.
Well, you got a lot of hard work too, so you've like your mind is occupied, whether or not
Right,
you might think, oh gosh, this is hard work, but like at least you're not like having anxiety over like your phone or whatever it is, right?
right. You don't have that sense of attachment to like social media and everything else, internet news.
Do you hear that humming noise?
You know, I do. I believe that's my wife with the vacuum.
Oh,
She's upstairs. Do you
it's
want me
not
to just?
that it's not that loud. As long as it's not a technical problem that I need to address.
I
Otherwise, it's
apologize for that. Yeah, I she
eh,
has. I'm in the finished
worse.
basement, and she's with the kids upstairs. And
Well, hey,
um,
gotta do how you. That's I'm in the same boat. Although there's no kids upstairs tonight, but I do have dogs upstairs.
right. Yeah, no, the kids. That's they're a reason for my gray hair for sure. And then
How many?
three,
Three kids.
yes,
Uh,
ages
how
7,
how old are you, if you don't mind me asking? Hold on.
39.
I was just gonna guess about 40. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be 40 in November. Very depressing.
Oh,
Uh,
we have the same birth month.
oh, no kidding.
Yeah. Let me guess. 19.
What's that?
The
Oh
night
no,
the 19th.
November 6th.
Oh, okay. I just threw out a random date.
How
I'm the
about you?
15th. The
Oh,
15th.
15. Wow.
Yeah. I'm
And how
just a
old do
little.
you turn in November?
I'm a little older than you. I'll be 43 this year.
Really, really.
Yeah.
You look younger than that.
That's the lighting. Like my beard's actually a lot grayer than it looks when it's on camera. It's really
Oh,
strange
is it?
the way that it comes out like that. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, no.
Probably all the light coming at me and stuff. I don't know. But oh, so I think I interrupted you a little bit. So you moved out here for work, right?
Yep.
And what's work isn't screenwriting, is it?
No, no, not at all. No, that's no
I mean, you
screenwriting.
don't have to tell me about your work, but yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
No, no, no. Screenwriting has always been a passion of mine. I had a pretty tough upbringing, a pretty tough childhood growing up, and you know, uh, I found it as an escape. You know, during the day, it was I was into sports like football, boxing, uh, learning Brazilian jiu jitsu, and then at the end of the day,
Nice.
I would write in my bedroom, and it was kind of an escape from a, tough childhood. And then once you find that outlet, for me, it was writing and then sports. So I did everything to keep my mind going, and yeah, I've written over 300 stories. I used to write it in a
Wow.
comic book format, so I would get the papers, staple it, and then I would draw the front cover, and then on the back would be what the story's about, and then the inside I would draw the scenes and the bubbles coming out of the mouth, and it's yeah, I did that throughout my childhood, and then I ended up meeting my wife, and she saw all the stories I wrote that I haven't written in years. I mean, that I stopped writing when I was like what, maybe 19, and then when I met my wife, she really said, why aren't you doing something with this stuff? And
Mm.
the thing is, I never did, because I was always kind of surrounded around people that kind of said, well, you can't, that's a dream, you got to kind of get a real job, like you can't, everybody wants to write or do this or do that, it's like kind of like a pipe dream, and so I was like, you're right, and I kind of put it on the back burner until I met my wife, and she really said, "You got to do something with this. This is really good stuff." And she was the only one who really kind of believed in me. And then I worked on my first screenplay, one of my first stories that I've ever written, and when I was 12 years old, and it ended up winning tons of awards and got so much attention. And then I I kind of just started to have that confidence in, maybe people want to see what I have, and horror is the main genre I write in. So, but I've challenged myself in other ways. I wrote a rom com. So a rom com. I'm not a fan of those at all. I hate rom
Right.
coms. But I wrote one from a guy's perspective, and
Ah,
it took me like 2 years to write, and it was very challenging. And I wrote that. Won tons of awards for that. And then I wrote a sci-fi horror, which took off really quick. My forte is horror for sure. My horror screenplays, a couple of them I only wrote in maybe 2 months, and I just got tons of attention like right off the bat. I've gotten close to making a film in Ohio. They have a studio that they opened over here called the Schoolyard Studio, and it's a big studio where they're going to film TV shows, movies.
huh,
Um, they got connections with Netflix and Amazon Prime, and they had a contest when they first opened. First place would get their screenplay turned into a TV series, and I placed second. I was
nice.
I was that close, and yeah, and if I would have, yeah, I don't have any connection, so it's just hard
Oh yeah.
in putting it in, and I kind of want to just make it on my own. I've never reached out to anybody to try and hey, do you know anybody? I just kind of want to see. And I got second place, first place. You know, I would have been in for sure. But, not to say that second place isn't good, but to come that close, and that was with my first screenplay that I've ever written. That's the one that I entered into that film festival. So, uh,
Wow.
and it's my passion to keep trying. Right now, it's just so hard with kids and everything. I'm still writing a new screenplay. It's an action comedy. It's going to take me takes place in Italy, so it's I'm doing a lot of research on that. I'm trying to take my uh, writing like a step farther, and really, horror I could just write so easily just like that, and I should probably stick with that. But I've written, yeah, I have 5 screenplays out right now that
Hmm.
are in the mix.
I feel like you, just from a bird's eye view, feels like you probably want to show your range, but uh, we talked about this being a sort of a side gig, not necessarily like more than a hobby, but not quite replacing your job yet, right?
Right, right.
Maybe you do run with horror until you replace the job, and then you get the
True.
chance to. And I was just going to ask. You said the action comedy. I wonder if you do any horror slash something else yet. Are you doing any horror comedy? Action horror or whatever, thriller, or like combine the horror with other things. So therefore, you get to kind of give yourself that range, but also stay in the pocket. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, absolutely. So Once Upon a Dirt Nap, my first screenplay is a horror comedy that takes place in the 80s. It's
Nice.
kind of a mix between like Goonies and like something else, like a brand new adventure. I try to all my stories are very unique, and that's what the critics, anytime they review my stories, they say it's just uniquely fresh. Like it's
Hmm.
something I don't want to steal anybody's idea or watch a movie and say, what if I did something similar? Everything is just pure storytelling. And then
Is there
I've written sci-fi horror that's Eggs in the Attic. That takes place in the 80s. I love writing stuff in the 80s because I feel like it's kind of a fun decade to just really dive into, right? Because like you didn't have cell phones.
Yeah, it's a fantasy for a lot of people. I have friends that wish they could go back to, like, they could just live in the 80s. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. It's that there's something magical about it for sure. Is there a website or anything that I could pull up to show some of your work, or I don't know if that makes any sense. If there's a, because sometimes I would pull up to show people if we had a place to show them. I don't know, sir.
Absolutely. I mean, so my stories are on. If you Google meet my name, they'll pop up on Barnes and Noble. I have Barnes and Noble, Walmart, and then Amazon, and then also Kindle.
Oh, you know what? I'm sorry, Jason. I should have done this already, but the studio here doesn't give me a way to put your name unless I do this. I should have done this already.
I also have a movie trailer that one of the film festivals made for me for being winning the festival. They made a movie like a stock footage trailer
Well,
for
that's
one of my
cool.
screenplays. It was pretty cool on YouTube.
So, like a sort of what if, or like a possibility of what it could be like if it was a movie.
Right, right.
Yeah. Okay. So I searched you. Let's see what it says. I didn't Google it, but I used the Brave engine. Um,
Oh, it says
so a
Maryland
screenplay
still.
writer from Maryland. Well, it says you're from Maryland.
Yeah, I don't know why it
So
says
you
that.
live in Maryland.
I don't know
Maybe
why
that's,
it thinks. Yeah, no, I've yeah. Well, I mean, that is strange that it says I'm from
it's
Maryland.
probably old information. That's all.
It's yeah,
He's lived in multiple states, including Connecticut, Maryland, and New York. They didn't
New York, but
see a recent address in Plainville. Jeez, getting you right down to Connecticut, Bristol. Jeez, related to several individuals, including. Okay, all right. We don't need to do that. My bad. Yeah, let me.
no, you're good.
It's always interesting though to see what comes up when you when you search
Yeah,
yourself.
yeah, that is interesting.
He has been writing across genres since his teenage years and is pursuing his lifelong dream of screenwriting.
Yeah, definitely pushing for that for
I
sure.
I think you've. It sounds like you've got a lot of experience already, and so you just really keep doing what you're doing. But so you say horror is your easiest genre, but is it your favorite genre?
100%.
Okay. I guess that I could have made that assumption, but I didn't want to assume. Um, I personally like fantasy fiction myself, so I'd like you to next write me a fantasy fiction screenplay. Uh,
I have a
Fantasy fiction horror.
yeah. That is a
That's
direct.
unique.
No.
I don't know if I've ever seen a horror film set in like a place where there's elves and dwarves and
Like Lord of
swords.
the Rings or something.
Yes, Lord of the Rings meets like a classic style horror film,
Yeah,
Anyway, I'm an ideas man. They pop out all the time. I have more. They overflow, and I just give them away as much as I can. It's like,
that is fascinating to think of creating a whole world like Tolkien did, and then just bring horror full blast into it.
yeah, because they kind of do, but usually you're like waiting for the badass hero to get back,
Right,
whatever.
right.
But where's the Jason Voorhees that just never like? I
Just
guess
never.
I don't know. I guess they have some. We could go down. I'm actually I grew up on movies and TV. Like I'm full of movie references and stuff. I'm actually some of my friends on some of the shows we do are always cracking jokes about that because I'm always just referencing something that I saw in cinema. Um, so writing though is almost a lost art because we don't we don't force ourselves to write. That's why I actually, instead of doing digital paper or like notes and things like that, I write it all down so I can keep myself using that skill. Are you left-handed or right-handed?
Unfortunately, left-handed. Yeah,
Hey, me too.
are you?
That's
That
where the
makes sense.
creativity comes from, they say.
That's what they say, and I'm sure your handwriting as horrible as mine is.
Oh man, we shouldn't discuss this, but yes, I'm sure. I used to get penmanship awards. That's okay. You
Oh,
probably don't
that's
need to
actually
hear
pretty
that.
good. I mean,
You're like, that's good compared to my.
yeah,
No,
for
that's
mine, if anybody, I always said like if there was like a writer that saw my stories that I wrote because I had them in a garbage bag, like all the 300 stories that I wrote when I was a teenager, and I was like,
wow.
if anybody picked them up, they wouldn't be able to decipher any of the words, because my handwriting
Yeah.
is so bad.
Well, but that's the thing though, is that because people like us have like a mind that most people would get what would be freaked out inside of, like
I
like
agree.
because of so not just because of the horror aspect of your writing, but more so because you probably have several thought processes going on all at the same time, and so many things intermixing with each other as far as creativity goes, and just like, oh, what about this and what about this all the time going on in our heads, like
Yeah.
and that's not how everybody is. I just it's hard to fathom, but I dated a person one time, a woman one time, who could just sit there and just be like nobody's home.
Just like the lights are on, yeah, no one's home.
I just can't could never fathom that. So yeah.
No, I agree with you though. That's it takes one to know one, and you hit the nail on the head by saying that. Yeah, you're just consistently things are going on in the mind. Even at my job, I work for a tire company, huge, big company, and if I have one task, I'm working on like five other things in my head.
Hmm.
You know, yeah,
Or
it's just and with writing, yeah, it's just consistently my mind's consistently going. I don't have a writing
what's
board.
your okay? Go ahead. Yeah, I was just going to ask you about that. Your
Yeah,
process.
I don't have a writing board or anything. Some people like I'll talk to other writers, and the way my mind works is like when I start writing, I'm hitting the play button, and I'm literally watching it from within, from where I left off, and I'm writing down what's happening. That's or typing it up now. I used to write
Hmm.
like with the pen and paper, but you know what I mean. It's there is no, but I need yeah. My wife will say, "Oh, well, you have an hour to write. Why don't you do it now when I get out of work?" In my mind, if I'm physically tired, I'm mentally tired, and I
Right.
need both. I need both. I need a good day, probably on the weekend. Usually, when the kids go to bed, I'll have some caffeine, have an espresso, uh, and then just really get it going. I mean, that's kind of how I have to do it. I can't. If you're physically exhausted, you're mentally exhausted. If you're mentally exhausted, then you're no good. So I can't do it during the week. It's not like I have notes where I write and I'm like, oh, okay, well let me get this down and then I'm good. But I need that mental and physical energy, and I can't have any distractions such as like something wrong where something's weighing down my mind, or it's just not going to happen.
Do you only work on one story at a time?
I do, yeah. I try to get one story done at a time, like whatever I'm working on. I'll
Probably best to focus on one.
yeah, and I'll
Can you hear anything in the background?
no.
Okay, because my puppy is going insane upstairs. My other dog is in heat, and I have a little puppy who is
Oh,
just
you gotta be
trying to impress the whole world right now with his voice. Like, just come on, I'm the best. Come on,
right,
I'm the
right.
best. Come on. Yeah. So I'm just hearing him going crazy. Um, so, jeez, you sure you don't hear that?
Oh, and now I do. I do now.
Goodness gracious. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to go get him and
Yeah.
see Mr. Sprout, and we can continue talking while I go get him. That's why I got the headphones that are wireless, because I too have issues that I have to go upstairs to fix here and there.
No,
Um,
I hear you. It's
I have
always
a son too, but not three. Definitely three kids would be a bit of a different problem. What is your deal, sir? Can I help you? He's just looking at me. All right, come on. You're coming down here with me. Oh boy, Jason, do you have any dogs?
I always grew up with a lot of cats and dogs. We don't have any now, but the kids want a dog, and I just they gotta be. I mean,
They better
that's
better
like
be willing to
having
help.
another child. Oh, how cute!
All right, they better be willing to help out.
Oh,
He just turned one.
no kidding! Wow,
Thinks he's a
beautiful.
big man now.
Now, what kind of dog is that?
He's a mutt.
Oh, wow,
He's got Pomeranian, Chihuahua, and Wiener dog in him.
no kidding!
Yeah.
It's amazing. I love wiener dogs. They're
Stop.
awesome.
Stop. All right, you're gonna ruin our recording, aren't you?
He wants the
Uh,
attention.
so you got me excited about this. I mean, like, if you ever need anybody to help, as far as being put me in the movie, Coach. Put me in.
Oh, I will definitely keep you in mind. You've got a fantastic personality.
Do you guys think I could be in the movie? You guys think I could be an actor? Comment below. I always thought I should have been in drama and all that, but I was almost on The Real World.
Really?
That's my almost claim to fame.
That's amazing. So how did that come about?
Oh man, I guess we could spend some time on that. I don't want to waste too much time because all my
No, no,
audience
no.
hears enough about me. But you and I are getting to know each other, so that's more than fine for you to ask. So I was 24, and I was going to. It was after the war, and I was going to college at this time, and I met this kid who I think he was pretty close to my age, but he said he wanted to go up to Chicago. It's like 3 hour drive to try out for the Real World in Chicago, and he asked me to drive him because I had a better car than he did, and I was like, well, that would be kind of fun. I said, I'm going to go up there. I might as well try out, right?
Right.
And so I tried out, and I got through the first round and was still in. Got to the second round, and I found out my friend had not made it through the first round.
Ooh.
So I was feeling bad. So I'm like rushing through the second round, and I was filling out all this like 15-page application. At one point, they ask you to draw a picture of yourself and everything. And with my left-handed, wonderful handwriting, I don't think I don't know. I also was rushing through it, and I remember saying things like, they're asking me these questions in the paperwork, and I'm saying stuff like, "You'll have to pick me to find out," and something stupid like that. I don't know. I was young. It would have been fun, but 24 is the cutoff, and that was my first and only time to give it a try. So kind of sucked, but it's
That's
okay.
that's that's amazing. I mean, to get that close and your friend, I mean, he might have been pondering about what to do, what to say for a long time, but then seeing you kind of just went out there on a whim and you just acted natural. That's what almost sold it, just being yourself.
I would probably also. I gotta say you're not wrong, but I also got to push back because I like to be open about things. And the military came up in the round one conversation, and I mean, it was too close to the war. Still, I had them
Right.
all eating out of my hand. It was just too easy. Oh yeah, like because I think it was this round, this circular conversation with a bunch of people sitting in chairs with the MTV representative sitting there with us and
Oh,
asking
wow.
random questions and stuff. And right when it came up, somebody was asked, and then it started to go around. I'm just like, this is the one. This is the perfect question to ask, because I had something to say, right? But that's kind of I guess I could lean on that a little bit. But I'd like to think that I probably had the look to, I don't know, whatever. But I just didn't get there. It's okay. For years I should have been doing this for a lot longer. I should have been doing my own thing rather than hoping to get discovered or hoping to create some sort of, like you're doing. You decided to do it yourself rather than try to go work at some you know publishing house or something, whatever it is that gets you closer to writing.
Right.
um yeah, anyway, so yeah, I massive respect for that, plus the fact that you have brought something, a talent and a passion that you had as a child into adulthood. I can't even say that I have done that. I mean, I do make a game show on Sundays, and that gives my creative itch out a little bit. So I get to make different random games and random like rules and different stuff that I add into it, and get to mouse trap it together and figure out how it's going to work for everybody, and that's
That
fun.
that's very creative. I mean, you're also a host in that.
Yeah, you should play sometime. It's a fun game, and I don't get to play, but I get to like watch it unfold, and um, hosting a game is fun, but hosting a game that you made is a different thing. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I mean, it's literally watching your creation unfold, right?
exactly, like my baby, watching my baby
Right, right.
grow.
Yeah, I will definitely play. Yeah, I will definitely sign up for that.
We get 3 or 4 people on screen, and they become the captains of their teams, and the people on their teams are in the comments watching and cheering you on, and there's a bunch of prizes involved, and blah 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 blah.
Oh, that's awesome.
But back to you, though. I want to make sure we focus because the people want to know. People want to know, when do you think the next one is going to be finished? I know you don't get a lot of time. You're trying to focus. You're trying to. It's tough. I know I have a lot of things I should be focusing on too. But what do you think? What's your
So
guess?
I'm hoping by the end of the summer, possibly. It's just so tough with the timing and the kids and everything. And just finding that time to do it. You know, I've I kind of just do it all on my own. Where at one point when I was younger, I went to school for it. Never finished
Wow.
college. Never finished getting my degree. I put myself through a community college, and I took a writing class, and the teacher told me, he said, "Oh no," he said, "You're doing everything wrong." He goes, he's like, I have a master's degree, and
Hmm.
with his ego so high and his nose up in the air, when you talk to people like that, that just deterred me away. I kind of looked up to the guy a little bit. He worked for a news station, but he was so cocky. I said to myself, you know what? I'm not going to learn anything in this class. And I was done for a while, and I've never gone back. But I mean, I don't need like what you and I have. You got that passion. You can't. That doesn't come with a degree.
Right.
You either have it or you don't. It's not something you create or you build up. Um, and that's in life in general. I mean, it's sometimes you like what you went through, much worse than what I did. And you do this now,
I
and I
wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say, not to interrupt you, but no, I wouldn't say that. You alluded to some, and we don't have to get all into our feels or anything, but you alluded to some. I don't want to say, maybe I'm going to say a childhood trauma, and that's a
right,
different thing than somebody who volunteers to join. You know what I mean? Like, not to, like, we're not trying to compete or anything, but that sounds.
No,
Sounds
no,
rough, and that sounds like a big source of your that you draw from for inspiration. For I mean, I don't know if inspiration is a good word to put in there, but for creative inspiration, maybe I don't know. I can't think of a better word to put in there, but you draw from that a lot.
yeah,
Have you written anything that's like close, like how close, like have you written anything fairly close? You don't have to tell me which story, but like have you gotten some of that out into your story? You know what I mean? Like have you talked about your life, but maybe with different names, and you know what I mean?
for sure. I definitely have some of the scenes, some of the heroic character build up where they're
Mm-hmm.
facing a antagonist, and then for me, yeah, like my antagonist was my stepfather. I didn't really have my dad wasn't around a lot when I was growing up, not by his choice. You know, I saw him once or twice a week, but having that, and having to deal with what your the hand that's dealt, right? You got a stepfather, raging alcoholic, physically, verbally abusive, and for me, that was, yeah, the outlet had to be. I wasn't physically strong enough to defend yourself verbally or physically, right? But then you get to that point where you are, and that's kind of like why I went through different sports avenues to kind of build myself up, and and then build myself up into a father husband that I would never touch my kids, never hit. We don't believe in hitting. Yeah, and for me it was just the guy was physically abusive towards, yeah, myself, my mother, and and when I was able to, I have a very big thing about guys hitting women. I don't like that, and at one point I was able to physically intervene, and that was the last time that ever happened. So,
Mm-hmm.
but writing was always an outlet for me, you know. And yeah, I definitely have some protagonists, like the hero of the story will have to go through something that I went through in a way that I kind of like change it up a little bit,
Sure.
Um, but yeah, I'm always like kind of like that guy who likes to stand up for others. I even do that with my job. Anywhere I shouldn't, but well, I mean, I kind of have to. It's just how I am. If I ever see anything that's wrong, um, I've broken up fights. If it doesn't include me, if it doesn't involve me, if somebody's in kind of harm's way or something's about to happen, I'll always step in, if even if I'm not involved with it. But I not to compare with you, but for me that was just individually. For you, you know, you went through something much more drastic where you're protecting. I mean, you're serving the country, and I feel like that's bigger courage than anybody can imagine.
It was very out of body experience, you know. And I know there's probably there's a lot of things that you could also say would give you that, like maybe moving to a new country, or even moving halfway across the country would be sort of like this surreal that's kind of the best way I can kind of explain it to somebody that maybe hasn't been there, but like I don't just mean the war, but like just the whole process of like you get shuffled into, like once you get sucked into the military, there's all these different uh, things. You get shuffled here, you get shuffled there, and all of it just feels like unreal. When you first get, especially when we first got over into Kuwait, there was no bullet fire or anything like that, but it just felt so surreal. It was like there's barricades up everywhere, and uh, it just kind of brought you kind of this, like, put everything in perspective.
I
Um,
can't even imagine.
it's I mean, and I'm sure that like many people had much worse experiences than I did, but it was an experience for sure. It was interesting, and it also had, there's a lot of danger to it, of course, but um, I feel like that is the draw to some people, is the adventure, or maybe the the experience that maybe you couldn't get some other way. Um, but yeah, I've always been into sports and sort of athletic, and had that uh, fascination with like superheroes and all of the stuff, all the cartoons and everything growing up. When I was growing up, it was like action cartoons. Now you have these cartoons with like fluffy, squishy
Yeah,
things bumping into each other and stuff, and it's like there's no,
it's kind
there's you don't have
of,
a big muscly guy with a sword, anymore. Like anyway, so we're not that far apart in age, but I did live in Baltimore for a short time.
no kidding.
Yeah, I was in the military and visited Baltimore. I guess I was near Baltimore. I was in
In
Fort
Apple.
Aberdeen, Fort Aberdeen, Maryland. So it was
Oh,
just
okay.
like
Yep.
we took a trip to Baltimore for a couple, like once or twice. Anyway, interesting to travel. I like to travel. So have you been outside the country ever?
Yeah, yeah. We used to before we had kids, we would do two big trips a year, just to see different countries. I still got a lot that's on my list. Yeah, we've been to Italy, France, Spain, um, just different spots. I want to go to Norway. Norway's on my list. I'd love to go to
Oh,
Norway. The mountains, it's so or like Iceland. That's on my list. I
hmm.
We just with the kids now. We just kind of pack up the truck, my truck or my wife's minivan, and we'll head across the country. Like we're going to New Hampshire this year. Going to take the kids out to there. They got a lot of
Oh,
beautiful
wow.
mountain landscape.
New
Um,
Hampshire, isn't New Hampshire where they have the Free State Project?
I believe so. Yeah,
Yeah, interesting. That'll be an interesting adventure because that's a whole nother conversation, I guess. But it's a very interesting way they're doing things there. They're going to have their own currency and all kinds of stuff.
yeah. They're working on quite a bit of things over there, and New Hampshire is the state is very it's just very welcoming. Like you go to New Hampshire or Vermont, it's like there's like this untamed beauty about it. It kind of reminds you of like a different country, almost like you would think like a mini like Scotland or Norway or Iceland. It's got that kind of like untouched beauty.
That
Um,
that that breeze from the northeast, I think, is very similar to that Scottish, Icelandish, like
yeah,
coastal feel to. Yeah, it's true. Interesting. We'll have to talk again after that trip because I've never been there.
yeah.
Um, is there anything that you want to promote right now? Like it does say digital creator. You want to get some people to follow the page? Get them on over there. What's up?
Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Yeah. We,
Let's pull it up.
you can find me on, Facebook, obviously, Instagram as well. My stories are available on multiple outlets such as Amazon, Kindle, Walmart, Barnes and Noble. Um, yeah, you can find them all on there if you want to purchase the screenplays as a and read it.
I sent
Um,
you a friend request on the Foos book.
oh, awesome.
So yeah,
Yeah,
go follow him on the Facebook. Digital creator. You know what's funny about this is like
I just
you can't
confirmed.
you can't just be a screenwriter. You can't just be a podcaster. You can't just be a thing now. Now you have to fully encompass all of the internet things and be making shorts and making posts and making live videos and making everything pre-recorded videos. It's just it goes on and on. Like what do you find most annoying about trying to be do anything on social media that involves professional. Oh, that's not the right one. Where did I?
I accepted the request and hopefully,
Might be able to see more on there then.
yeah. Um, so, I'm really annoyed by AI because AI, a lot of people are using that as a lazy way out for creativity. It's kind of taken over to the point where I really don't. I'm not a big fan of that. Um, it's just kind of obnoxious for storytelling, or just you know writing music. I've got a friend who writes his own songs, and he's got amazing talent. And now you got this AI thing that's kind of you could be kind of not talentless because then just not everybody has that passion or that talent, but now you got AI that can just create stuff like off of one word, but I mean, what I was telling my buddy is because he's like, for writing, how are you going to compete with AI? That's what he said to me. And I said, how am I going to compete with AI? I said, AI, when you type in, give me a story, about a guy who falls in love with a girl and she ends up getting kidnapped and he's got to fight for her, find her, and, you know, she's held for ransom or whatever. AI only looks up, it'll only come up with a story based on content that already exists.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? So it'll have all the content like you got Taken, right? Like Liam Neeson. Uh, it'll come up with a story based off of stuff that's already out there. So AI is not gonna it is not creative. It's not a person. And I just yeah, it is really annoying though. I mean, because when you think about it, right? Like the movie Top Gun coming out in 1986. I think it was 1986 or 1988.
Sounds right.
And then after that movie, I want to say there was a knockoff movie, Iron. I think it was called Iron Eagle, if I'm
Yeah.
not mistaken. And it was like a ripoff of Top Gun. And then you got all these movies coming out with like jets, right? And then, but nobody's doing their own stunts like Tom Cruise. People will not Tom Cruise, but I mean, I think the guy, he's like one of the true last action heroes. I mean, everybody, I know they all Scientology and all that. Everybody's entitled to their own choice, but
Their own
like
quirks.
I just feel like that we went way off track with originality because all these movies that come out nowadays, you'll see like vampire films will come out, and then you'll have like 20 more movies that follow, and it's obnoxious. Like I'm like, where is the original storytelling? It's just doesn't it really exist anymore?
You know, as you were saying that, what came to mind was the it's very similar to streamlining of almost anything. When you brought up Tom Cruise and him being the last action hero, I thought, yeah, it's true. He did a lot of his own stunts, if not all. I don't know if it was all, but I don't think it was all. But and then I thought Jackie Chan, and I thought, well,
Yeah. Yep. Oh, yeah.
maybe that's mainly the reason that a lot of these guys don't do their own stunts anymore because it definitely isn't. So I'll play devil's advocate here. It's not a safe thing. It doesn't make them look badass, right? Like
Right.
Jackie Chan or whatever. So and then immediately I'm telling you, my brain goes everywhere. So immediately I thought of McDonald's. I hate
Right.
McDonald's. It's not good stuff. But I thought, how a lot of people say when you said creativity and things that we lost.
Hmm.
Well, it used to be you'd have the play place with all the crazy characters and all of this stuff, right? And people have talked about this phenomenon before where you look at McDonald's or Hardee's or whatever from the 80s and then you look at it today and it's this like square gray building, you know.
Yeah.
And I get the comparison. I get the fact that, man, that just looks sad and it just looks boring and no creativity. But I think it's also a product from over time of efficiency and just boiling things down to what works best. And government doesn't quite do that, but a lot of industry does that over time by like accident or just by like nature, right? And I think
Right.
Hollywood and books, story writing in general, I think they do that as well. Maybe not on purpose, but that's why you have 180 Spider-Man films because
Right.
it's a tried and true formula. Bang, bang, bang. Like the Disney movies, boom, they have this like, I'm sure AI's writing their movies by now because it's just this perfect formula that they go by, and and I guess I don't like it and I'm not saying it's a good thing, but I'm seeing this natural process rather than some sort of nefarious, the devil's behind it, you know what I mean? Maybe that's still
Oh yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
that could still be the case, but you know what I mean? I'm still seeing this sort of natural development with our creativity. And I don't want to. I just want to make sure we didn't really talk about this ahead of time. but I don't want to hold you all night either because we're coming up close to an hour, and I think that's probably a good time
Yeah.
to close it. But I don't really have a limit either on the time, so totally
No,
up
I
to
mean,
you. But
yeah,
we
I
should
mean,
we'll probably do this again a few times for sure. So I do. Go ahead. You finish.
no, absolutely. No, I love getting into that. I mean, as far as like when you were talking about the McDonald's, right? I mean, I feel like it had a lot more character back then.
Hmm.
And now everything's just kind of like clean, sleek look. It's all about that, you know? And I mean, it's when you talk about AI, yeah, I just feel like it's not like like people will think it's like the devil's work, like it's taken away from people or whatever. But yeah, it's just it is frustrating. But like when you look at
It
even the
is.
music industry, right? Like
Mhm.
when you get like the 1950s music and then the 60s, you had the Beatles, and then you go into like Pink Floyd era, right? And then I was a huge Pink Floyd fan. Not to get off topic, but like
That's
people were
okay.
saying, "Oh, that music is hypnotism. It's making people act
Yeah.
crazy. It's making people do drugs." And I'm like, "No, no, it's not." Like if you read all the things on Pink Floyd, like it was just such new, great, phenomenal music. Or the same thing with Kiss, right? You had Kiss. I'm a huge Kiss fan too. And I feel
The
like
symbolism was pretty strong, though, we'll say. But yeah, I don't think it was necessarily actually satanic. But
right, and people will go with that for music, right? And then now music's completely different. I don't listen to anything new anymore that comes out. Really, I'm kind of like, yeah, I'm just I used to listen to a lot
name me
of.
something. Come on, Jason. Give me something. What's the newest? Maybe not newest. Don't know. Forget time. Name me your go-to. Like, what's an artist that you just are is timeless for you that you love? What's doesn't have to be your favorite. I hate that question. I hate saying what's your favorite food, what's your favorite artist, whatever. But like, what's a top musician that you're into? Waylon Jennings? No.
Waylon. So I man, I would say so. Different points of life. Green Day was a huge band for
Okay.
me.
Yep.
Um, I love the
Dookie
punk,
back in the day. Yeah.
love Dookie, Nimrod. Even Warning was great. American Idiot, I thought was
American Idiot.
a rock opera album for sure. I mean, a lot of people hated it because it had that pop rock feel, but I'm like, man, I'm like, Billy Joe Armstrong to me is one of the greatest songwriters of all time. He writes straight from the heart. Um, and you could see it in the lyrics, like "Wake Me Up When September Ends." That was after the passing of his father, who had cancer, and I thought it was such a deep, monumental song. And "American Idiot" really shaped me as a kid growing up also because I was obsessed with Green Day, and it kind of helped me in my writing too. And also, childhood and whatnot, I would listen to their songs when I was sparring or,
Sure.
for motivational purposes or playing football if I had a game coming up, or just for writing. I would be in a gas station. I worked at a gas station when I was a kid, and that actually I turned that into a couple screenplays. It's very similar, not very similar, but somewhat. It's very different than Clerks, kind of, but it's like on that same, you know, similarity for I guess comedy. So that's why I never really did anything to it with it because I'm like, oh well, that's too similar.
Too close.
No,
Wait. I'm sorry. Did you say that you wrote that screenplay from a gas station that you worked at?
right. So it was based on like characters that I came across and
Oh
what.
wow! Because that was one of the questions I was thinking of asking you was that have you ever written something based off of the like a place you worked or like because you already told me that you wrote some things from like real life experience of course but yeah like that I always thought that was a treasure trove like working at different places. I used to work at some jobs where like you didn't care about the job all that much, but like
Right.
to know these people, these just weird, crazy characters and quirky personalities, and
But
yeah,
it's kind of funny though, right? When you look back on it, I always think, man, I just, I wish I wasn't so like hateful towards the job or stressed out. I'm like, because it was nothing. It was
right,
like not nothing, but it builds you up to where you are, and like
yeah,
I tell my little sister, because me and my wife took custody of her when she was little, and I couldn't, so I raised her, as her older brother, and
sure,
I tried to inspire her to get a job and just make money for yourself. And she was a teenager. She got a job at Subway and she hated it. And I said, Valerie, I said, you really gotta just have fun with it. I said I wish I wasn't so. Don't take it so serious. Have fun, like goof off, whatever. I mean, do the job, but like it's all about the experience. And I feel like life's too short to take everything so freaking serious. I
I think
mean,
I
even
agree.
but it's just yeah, it's all about the experience in life. But yeah, back to Green Day. I would blast them in the gas station. I would turn it up really loud. If I had some like old people outside pumping gas, I would turn on the monitor and like let them hear it. And they would come in and be like, "What is that sound?" And I'm like, "Oh," I was like, "It's just music." I was like, "You never heard them before?" Just to kind of mess around a little bit. But yeah,
Uh,
music is such a special thing that's kind of like gone downhill a little bit, I guess. I don't know. I just can't understand the stuff that comes out nowadays. I
it's
can't.
hard to keep up with it really because, and I probably sound like an old fogey here, but like there's just so much coming out all the time. There's no way, like there's nothing, there's no radar, there's no Google search of like, hey, what's the next one that I will like. You could
Right.
search what's the hits, like that doesn't mean you're gonna like any of them, right? And
Right.
so there's no way to really be like, hey, what's the next one that I'm just really gonna love when I hear it. And I mean, AI might be able to do some of that eventually, be able to take all of your likes, all of the things that you like, and be like, here, how about try this one? But
That's crazy. Yeah.
yeah, but like I feel like there is stuff that's good out there. It's just it's hard to find. That's why I've been making this playlist because people will tell me, hey, what about this one or what about that one, and I'll listen to it. We'll actually do it together while I'm live on Locals, which is like a private community place, like a private subscription platform that I have, and
Yeah.
we'll do a watch party over there where we just watch like some comedy stuff or some music videos, and I'll have or I'll let people request things. And they'll request different songs. I'm like, "Ah, that is really good, and I'll put it on the playlist, and I'll just kind of slowly. And I don't spend a lot of time on it because, like you say, like it's just I don't spend like time looking like how do you spend time looking up music that you're gonna like is hard. So I don't really I listen to a lot of podcasts and stuff like that mostly. Actually, it's less and less these days because I'm so busy doing my own. But do you?
Are you a fan of Joe Rogan?
I am. I disagree with Joe on things, but I do watch and listen. I listened to him today when I was at the gym. I find listening to his podcast while I'm at the gym makes me feel or makes me like push a little harder than music would because this is a guy that's doing it 10 times harder than I am and discussing the ins and outs of discipline a lot of times and stuff like that. And when they just get into those kind of conversations, it gets me going. But I do like I like the guests. I like doing this one-on-one that we're doing. I want to do more of these, and this just isn't the main thing I do. And so, but that's really all Rogan does is the one-on-one. You know, like today I did a show yesterday that's just me for 2 hours talking about showing my plants and talking about this, doing different things. And he doesn't do that. I wonder if Joe could do it. He does. I mean, he does on as a comedy. Like if he's like on stage, he can do that. But
Yeah, I don't know if he can really see what's talent. Yeah, I mean, not to say he's not talented, obviously is, but you can do
right,
both, right? You can do
yeah,
both, and then you have the
yeah, I
game.
am. But you're right. I am better than Joe Rogan,
You're better than Joe Rogan.
Jason.
Let's face it.
Yeah.
I mean, if he wants to hear that, he doesn't want to hear that. His head's too big.
I actually I think he's kind of humble for the most
Yeah,
part.
no,
I
he's
would
he's
I would go on there for sure, and I'd love to talk to him. But I also look at myself as a Joe Rogan esque because we have a lot in common too. Because I'm basically curious about everything and interested in anything, and I basically can have a conversation with anybody. I'm not going to get you bring up Trump or Biden or whatever you want to bring up.
right.
I'm not gonna just go straight to like boiling and just I don't care what you bring up.
Getting psychotic or something. Yeah,
Yeah, like it's a conversation. Like you might think of something, you might have an opinion about something that is vastly different than mine, and that's just an assumption that you should already make when you talk to somebody. So many people have this problem talking to
yeah,
anyone that has a I don't know outside of their view. Anyway, It's
Yeah,
crazy.
no, I have a friend. You can't talk about politics with him because he gets all bent out of shape. And I'm like, man, I was like, you got to realize people have their different outlooks on life. They view things differently. Not everybody's going to see eye to eye with you. And if you
Hmm.
can't have a friend that you can talk to, if they don't agree with you, then, you're probably not going to have anyone at all. Not much.
What do you do on Thursday nights?
Thursday nights, I don't, not much. I mean, football season's over, so I got that pretty open.
Well, we do a panel discussion on Thursday nights, and uh, we don't shy away from the politics, but mostly the conversation is about a very common topic, whatever the topic is that week. And a common topic is something that almost everyone has had some kind of first or second hand experience with. The whole point of the show is to discuss our experiences and share our experiences with each other so that we gain perspective versus arguing opinions all day, which we do. We get into opinions, but for the
Right.
most part, it's about sharing stories of our lives that we've actually experienced the topic. And so I feel like you would be a good guest over there. We have five or six people on every week, and we usually, if we have a guest, we'll have five of our co-hosts and then room for the guest. But
Yeah, I would love to.
yeah, it's a fun time. We play a game now. I've been doing it for 3 years, and we just started playing this game while we talk. And it's all about the stories being. We read the stories at random. I don't know whose stories are who. Everybody on screen has to guess whose story it belongs to. So if you're a guest, you would have to send in a couple of stories that have to do with the topic, and then our story keeper will rearrange them at random and send them back to me. And anyway, I'm getting bogging down here, but yeah, we'll talk about it. The reason I'm getting into it now because we can't talk after this is over unless we get into the DMs again because it doesn't. I used to do it a different program. We could actually have a conversation after the live is over, but it doesn't do
Yeah.
that like this
Oh,
now.
that'd be great. I'm definitely down for that this Thursday.
You want to do that this Thursday? Okay.
For
Well,
sure.
I can plan for that, and then we can discuss it if you want. If you have any more questions, it's going to be at 8 o'clock, so it'd be 8 minutes ago from right now on
Perfect.
Thursday.
Would that be from through this?
Same thing. Hmm.
Rumble? Okay.
Yeah, there'll be six of us on screen that day, and a bunch of commenters and people live playing the game in the chat and guessing who's who. And while we're all trying to figure out whose story it is, the person whose story it belongs to, each round will be like trying to BS their way through and trying to that wouldn't be me. I'd never do that, and like you kind
Right,
of
right.
basically get through it like that. It's pretty fun. So if you have any other questions, I'll be happy to answer them. But otherwise, Thursday I'll probably be bugging you to see if you're still good to play and
Yeah.
to send you more information about what to do. But cool, Jason, it's been good, man. It's been an interesting conversation, and I think the first of many. Very intrigued at story writing. I've always liked. I have a few story ideas myself floating, hanging out in the old noggin.
Oh, I'm sure.
So
I mean, I can't even imagine.
so, so many. I'd love to get into them right now, but let's. I don't want to. I don't want to do that. But hey, let me know if you need anything from me or if you want to get a copy of this or anything like that. We can do that kind of stuff too. And of course, we can have you back on anytime if you have something to promote or if you have like a story coming out or something like that.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it's a pleasure coming on. And yeah, and I'm always game to go in talking about anything really, other than my screenplays, and really just give an insight on life, or whatever it may be, any topic or category.
That's how you write. That's how you become a good story writer. Get into being curious about all sorts of topics and stories, right? I like that.
Right,
Love that,
right.
man. Definitely going to pick your brain about stories in the future for sure. I think that's it, my guy. We'll let you go, and if you would like to come on Thursday, definitely let me know, and
Awesome.
I'll probably bug you again Thursday about it. I'm
Yeah,
gonna head.
I'd love to. Yeah, send me a message, and I'm
I'm,
definitely down.
I'm actually gonna make a note about it right now, um, so I don't forget. Okay, cool. Jason, once again, nice to meet you. And
Pleasure, my pleasure,
I
man.
know that we're gonna talk again soon. You
Well,
have a wonderful evening. It's good to
You as
meet you.
well, man. Have a great night.
You too. Thanks. All right, everybody.
this
If you're
Wayland guy.
watching this, hit the like button. Share
Yeah,
it out with
yeah,
some.
yeah. Okay.
I can say that again in person. I can say that again. Let's go. Hey, like, what do you guys think? I made this little border while I was chilling, watching the interview. Now I'm back live. Like I'm watching your comments again, in case anyone was very confused. It does say at the top. I don't know if if there's a better place to put it or what, but just to like explain that this was a recorded one-on-one conversation. Maybe I should put this conversation was recorded. Yeah, so maybe I should get off of this one here. I'll go back to this one so that nobody thinks that. It's hard to say because someone might watch this tomorrow and then a recorded conversation with a recorded guy. It just and then another recorded. Okay, anyway, it's all recorded again. But we do want to get the few people that came in when I didn't have the screen on. So let's go. Alice, Timothy, comment in the chat if you want to be on the door prize on the Facebook side. If you haven't been on yet, I will put you on. Rumblers, I will put you on again. Alice, I'm going to put you on. Well, hold on. I didn't see you going on the Facebook side, so we'll just put you on there. And I'm going to put you on again right now so that all the Rumblers comment one more time who are in the chat. Get in while you can get in. Get in while you can get in. Yeah, so check out that little live stream I did at Drizzle Dab if you guys get a chance. You can see some of the things that I'm thinking about maybe getting for this like an upcoming waffle. But anyway, tell me about the interview. I thought it was pretty good. I gotta stop calling it an interview. It's just we're just doing a podcast. Like, yeah, I'm asking him some questions because I've never talked to him before. But he asked me a lot of questions. I said a lot of stuff in there about myself, which maybe I should shut up next time. It wasn't bad. In the beginning though, it was like 5 minutes of me trying to get the Rumble stream to switch over to Rumble Premium only. I didn't want to get into the conversation with him because I wanted to like the whole point was to make it on to do it on Rumble Premium, and the thing wasn't working. And I kept clicking, it wasn't nothing was happening for like 5 minutes. That's why I even refreshed my screen while he was on there. And then before we ever even had a conversation, he gets to be on. He was on screen by himself for a few seconds. He was just like, "Oh man, like what?" Oh man, that was funny, but also embarrassing, you know. But it wasn't anything I did. The premium didn't want to switch over, man. Didn't want to switch over. What else we got? Cullen, yeah, I got you on the wheel. Thanks, brother. And well, actually, did I get you on there twice already from the Rumble? One? I only see one. Oh, maybe you didn't get on the. Well, no, you were on both sides. You should be on there twice already. And now you'll get a third time if you go comment on Rumble right now, which you just did. I see. And then that's it. Rumble and Alice on or Rumble. Cullen and Rumble. Jeez. Cullen and Alice are the only two on Rumble. Is that a tongue twister? Is that much of a twister? Jeez. I like it. Thanks, Elisa May. I appreciate that. I thought it was fun to just have a conversation and not have the. Well, okay. Let me back up. If any of you sign up for Rumble Premium, you most certainly can go in there and watch it while it's happening and comment and even ask our guest questions directly because I have another interview planned tonight. His name, I want to get it wrong. Is it that far back? Hang on momentarily. Oh, no, maybe I didn't save his name. Oh, that sucks. Bunch of spam, some bills. Uh, eh, This is crazy. Here it is. Boop, boop, boop. Gary Romans. Gary Romans, a local man. If you know who he is, shout it out loud. But he is an author, wrote a few books. I don't know how many. We're going to find out. At least one book, which he has sent to me, and I have open somewhere. Did I leave it? I gotta leave it open. I need it. I need to read it. I may have to find it again. Oh, no, here it is. I'm going to read some of this book here, maybe the first couple chapters. The Indian Summers of My Life by G. Lee Romans. It's all about his life, but all these different things happening. I mean, he's got like 351 separate like chapters, I guess. Or I guess that's what those are. It's a lot of chapters. They're short chapters, but the first chapter, go on, kid, jump. Sounds interesting. So maybe someone threw him off a bridge or something. He survived. I don't know. Part 1, spring things, the early years. So there are parts, there are sections, and then there are the I forget the word, but you know what I'm saying. Chapters. Yeah. So we poured this water, guys. I washed it for almost the whole interview, but I planned on doing the entire hour with the washer going, but I stopped it towards the end because I thought I would get some of this part done at least before or until it finished up. But also I thought, man, I don't know, is that going to be a bad idea to let it wash too much? Is it going to wash too much if I go for an hour? Everything's just going to be mush in there and mush all the plant material through. Maybe. But it was also frozen blocks of cannabis, of flower. Oh, baby. All right, I need to. Oh, that sucks. I didn't push play on the music. Well, hey, look, I got one hand. Oh my god. Oh. Got it. Got it with one arm. I do need some music in case it shuts my stuff off. All right. I will get to the wheel in just a moment. Let me at least get the first bag emptied. The very first bag is too easy. This is like really the first bag. It's a workout, fellas and ladies. Fellas of WTIF. How do you spell fella? F-E-L-L-A. Them fellas of WTIF. Anybody else on the Rumble? Just Alice and Cullen. Man, said it right that time. Jeez. Almost got it. Could just let it drain with that. Rest those forearms for a moment. Yeah, baby, we got this. Just panning for gold now at the bottom. Now it starts to get close to the bottom, and you're like, okay. Start looking, see how close it is, and when you want it to still be sloshing around just a little bit, so that you can get it all kind of in a ball, kind of ball up in the middle. They say. That's what they say. They say it. I mean, I don't know. I'm not saying it. They say it. I guess I said it, so I'm saying it. We're all saying it now. Okay. I'm going to roll it up just to kind of get a little bit better scooping action. Get that scooping action going on. Oh, yeah, this is like Gold Rush, Alaska, baby. Eat your heart out. Gold Rush, Alaska. All right. Now let's see what the good bag has brought us today. Let's open up our thingy. It's not super easy to scoop, but you can get things to help with that, but I just kind of do it. Wow. Some of that husky hash. And we'll spin the wheel before I do the next bag. This was nice that I spread it out. I mean, I was really looking at all that flour thinking I needed to do it all at the same time. But slowly but surely I was getting some freezer space back. And that's been nice. Freeze more things. Maybe I should just rinse this out with RO water while I'm down here. Come on. I'm sure. Don't worry, I'm sure. Camera. I'm sure. Unsure. Camera. Okay, thank you, camera. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch and camera. Alright. Did I say that or not? Alright, let's spray this into the table. Maybe I should turn it inside out first. Yeah. Turning it all the way inside out, it does help, but it is also annoying at the same time. You want it to be as clean as possible for the next run until you decide to stop using this bag. Yeah, this bag needs a little bit more than just water, it looks like. Unfortunately. Maybe a toothbrush with some alcohol. That might be a good idea. Alrightly diddly doodly. Well now, who wants a mustache ride? Oh, I guess I should say cheese balls. Someone is dropping balls here. Dropping balls. What does that mean? Oh, cheese balls. I see. Rumble or Alice and Cullen on Rumble. Same. It was getting tough for a second there. It was a tongue twister. think that's everybody. Shifty, press, melt, melty, repeat. Oh right, I do want to get some rosin made out of it. I think it'd be so good on the worm castings. I had an indoor farm. Yeah. Oh no, who's singing about me? Is that you, Timothy? Had some chicks. Really good, Brooklyn. Hell yeah. I think I got Brooklyn on here, didn't I? Did I? No, I didn't. That's one I was missing. If you're still here, Brooklyn, shout it out loud. Because you gotta be here to win. Shuffle ski, shuffle ski. Ooh, I could put like see that space that you have above the like inside the TV frame. There's like space there because I had to shrink it down enough so we could see the whole or at least most of the screen inside there. But now there's space at the top. I could like do stuff with that. You know, maybe some like sponsor space or something like that. I don't know. It's a good idea, Waylon. Let's check a couple of things. Oh, we're going to the disco. Let's go. Let's check out what else we got here. World music. Oh, Verano sensual. Ooh, what do we have here, ladies and gentlemen? Let's hear it. What do we got? Verano sensual. Let's go. I don't know. Is that a dance? Is that something? I don't know. I think you walk in and out, right? Isn't this like the Mambo number 5? No, that's not right. That's not right. Fabulous Monk. What's up, man? Who do we got? Who do we got? MJ, Kyle, Brenda, Big Mike. Probably MJ. It looks like it's gonna pass right past this FYCN. Is it gonna hit Kyle? Kyle, are you here? Everybody come back now. The show part's over. Now you can just come back for the wheel. Kyle. Hey, Kyle. Did you hear him say it? He said, Kyle. If we get one more person on the Rumble, I could give you guys a juicy ad read today. Wouldn't that be nice? Kyle, cha-cha-cha. Let's go, Alice says, as we wait for Kyle. You got to give him at least a good 30 seconds for the delay. I see it on my Facebook now. All right, no Kyle today. This part should be real easy because it's just whoever's actually still here. Oh yeah, we got some more goodies to get out of this bag here. I'm shaking the bag. Let's see if I get the camera back.
Big Mikey.
Big Mike is busy. What? On the off chance he pops through. Now you can tag Big Mike if somebody wants to tag him, because members are taggable. You can tag members. I'm probably going to wash it one more time, even though I washed it for, 45 minutes or more. Probably 50 minutes. Just because, one more time. It's almost there already. That was really easy. Yeah, I definitely should have to do this probably one more time. I guess when you do it the second time, it's harder because you got more plant material. Maybe that's what it is. I just have to assume. All right, let's start rolling it up. I guess Big Mikey is not here. Let's go remove. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. Oh, Timothy, hey. Let me add you on the wheel. Timothy. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. Marco said, Rolly, take Pokey. What?
Alpha Omega.
Alpha, he's still here over on the YouTube. I don't know who that was, actually. Who's Alpha Omega? Like, everybody will be like, oh, well, that was me. It's got to be somebody we know on Facebook. No, YouTuber that doesn't know me on Facebook. Alpha Omega, are you here? Anybody know who that is? I am the Alpha and the Omega. That is God, actually. Well, that's that, ladies and gentlemen. The last bit of last year's run. Oh, I need to pause the camera. Step way too far. Oh, yeah, cheers, Alice. I'm definitely going to do. We got 4 minutes. We got 4 minutes. Don't let me forget this time. Don't let me forget, you guys. You guys let me forget last time. I can't believe you did that to me. Is there some other place we can do this? Oh, here. Will this work? I think it will. Oh, shit. That's not a good idea. Getting that light wet. That light's still good. Yeah, This is the bag that's the most clogged, so I gotta really make sure I rinse this one. I assume Alpha is someone that might be here, so I'll check in a second. Whoa, 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 oh. I'm dropping stuff. Oh, no. Oh, shit. I got this. Got this. We got this. These are turned inside out. Cool. Perfect. This is our haul for today. This darker splotchy. There's the whole thing looks brown and splotchy, but the darker spot is the today's hash. Today's hash is brought to you by and our farmer one-on-one on Rumble Premium. Yay! That's the kids cheering. That's what that was. All right, let's pour this water back in. Let me spin it again real quick. Alpha's not here. Anyone know who that is? They see me and they troll out of the door. Maybe come back. Does anyone know who Alpha is? No? It doesn't look like Dominic doesn't, obviously. Boop. Alright, water back in. Should lower the time on that. I think I should have lowered the time on it already. But what do you say? What do you do? Dun, 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 dun. 1 minute. Here we go. We get some green on this baby. Well, there it is. 420. Cheers. Cheers to all.
Rose.
For all the years. Rose is no longer here. I mean, she's alive. She's just not here in the chat. Chris, finally made it. You gonna say anything? Charge. Cheers. Fire in the hole, everybody. All right. Chris, say something. I'll put you on the wheel. You didn't say anything. See that you were watching. You must have went to some other stream. Oh, the Fire in the Hole boys are live. I see. Guy can't wrap up his show. It's funny. All right. Well, we'll just keep going. I mean, at least they could have stopped through and said hello. Or and goodbye, kiss my ass. You know what I mean? Holy shit, Timothy. What are you trying to do to me? Ellen, are you still here?
colon,
I'm going to say that maybe I should make a rule. It's like if I spin this 5 times and none of the people are here, we're done spinning the door prize. Or make a new wheel with just whoever's here. Do that. I should stop doing the wheel all episode because it's not that worth it. I should wait till the end like I was doing. That's what I'll do. There he is. I figured you were still here. Of all the people we've spun so far, finally somebody worthy of winning. Cullen, let me see. Did you already win a? Oh no, you're not. Okay, so it gets you in the game again. What'd you win yesterday or Sunday? Okay, yeah, you'll get to win some more Sprout bucks. I already got one at least. I don't know if there's more on the sheet or not. Cullen. Cool. That'll work. Well, guys, I see that Fire in the Hole's live, so maybe I'll head over there. Actually, well, here is what we're gonna do. We're gonna while live, see if they let me. See if they give me the link. Send me the link. Which one would it be? Is it? Let's see. Fire in the Hole. Yeah.
Women.
Coach, I already told Mikey that he missed out on the door prize. I know he's devastated. Yeah, thank you, Cullen. All right, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna raid somebody. Let's raid somebody on the Rumble Premium on our way out here. Let's just go back to entertainment. Look for somebody somewhere around our level. Well, not like right now. We got 8. Let's see. We got the LA Girls Lingerie Fashion Show. Should we raid them? Who wants to raid the lingerie fashion show? See, Chris isn't even here. He went to Fire in the Hole, missed out on the fashion show. All right, let's go. Tuesday Taco Beans with the Cat Ranch crew. I'm intrigued. What's happening? Is it still live? It's like this. Cat Ranch. Okay, let's check it out. Better copy this. I'm even going to give him a follow. I'm going to say, I don't want to say it yet, raid incoming. Let's go over here. Let's go /raid. Kaboom. And kaboom. Interesting. Say raid incoming. And then should give him like a, cheers. With he's not looking. He's over there building. He's building cat things. He's doing cat things in this video. It's kind of intriguing. Let's see if Mikey sent me the link, and I'll let you guys know. Yes. All right. I will see you all tomorrow. We have a special guest. 24 people in here, guys. You got to come in tomorrow. We've got a special guest. My friend Luke from Riverview Road Apiary, one of our sponsors, but also very, very importantly, a beekeeper. And there is some crazy stuff happening in the bee community. Like some towns are banning beekeeping. What is that all about? We're going to find out exactly what it's all about on with my co-host Tala and Mr. Luke from Riverview Road Apiary tomorrow on We Grow Wednesday, 1 o'clock Central Time. It's going to be a live interview. We'll have him there in during the show, just in case you're wondering. Yeah, we'll see you there. Remember, guys, I'll be over on Fire in the Hole in a second. Everybody's got to eat. We'll see you. Bye.
Yeah, this is for my green thumbs in the game. Wailing the indoor farmer, check my name. Sustainability, we about to reclaim. This is how we do it, keep it in the frame. I'm wailing the farmer, the indoor king. Living off the grid, what the city can't bring. Got my hydro set up, my LED lights. Growing all my greens, all through the night. Self-sustain, that's the mission. Growing my own, I'm not missing. Indoor farming, the hustle's real.